listening to The Bradshaw Boys, a podcast where three relatively grown men binge the iconic HBO series Sex and the City. So dust off those DVDs and grab yourself a white wine or even a Cosmopolitan and settle in. Take it away, boys.
Welcome to the Bradshaw Boys, a podcast where three guys watch their way through Sex and the City for the first time ever. Mostly, I'm Cory Cavin.
I'm Kevin James Doyle.
My name is Jon Sieber.
And we have a special Game Time episode for you today.
We
are
going to be announcing the official 2020 bracket for March Bradness.
That's right. Your NCAA March Madness tournament got canceled. Your significance, or maybe even you yourself, are a little bit bummed that you can't partake in any showdowns between your favorite basketball teams. You know, you can experience some showdowns with your favorite boyfriends or significants.
Who will be the absolute best significant other in the entire series of Sex and the City? It's never been decided before, only through an editorialized list. Mm-hmm. It's been a bunch of people sitting around at a website or a magazine arguing about it. It's never been through true, utter scientific sports competition.
Yeah, they're just trying to just say, this is what we think is the best. But now, this is the real big dance right here.
Now, listen, what do you do if you go and you crush it for 2 episodes and no one even gives you a chance? You know, that's the thing about March Madness, the basketball game, is there's always a chance for a top seed, a second seed to get upset.
That's Cinderella story.
A Cinderella story. If you don't bring your A game, what happened? Who was it 2 years ago? Virginia was the number 1 seed.
Oh, and Virginia was upset by a number 16, and oh my gosh,
I forget their name, but it was the first time it's ever happened. There's never been a 16 seed upset. A 1 seed upset by a 16 seed. It was the first time ever 2 years ago.
There had been a 15-2. North Carolina got shut up by Miami of Ohio years ago. But then UVA,
a 16-2 or 16-1 had never happened. And 2 years ago, the number 1 team of the entire season was upset.
They call that a Cinderella story. You guys understand the reference. In our bracket, perhaps there's going to be a Lenderella story. Perhaps Len Schneider might. You know, you guys are all fans of Smith Jarrett, I hear. We've never met him, but you know what? If he plays his cards right, Len might take down.
If you're ready for a Schmulderella story, Schmulderella,
a Farmer Luke Dorella story.
That's right.
With Farmer Luke, he's not a 16 seed.
What's exciting about this is it's really anyone's game.
Maryland, Baltimore County is the one that beat Virginia by 20 points. Who will be the Maryland, Baltimore County possibly of the Sex and the City March Bradness tournament?
I have an underdog. Can we all just, like, before we get anything out?
Yeah.
Can we all go look at the list? Everyone has a printed out list in front of them.
You'll know it soon.
Can we get an underdog?
Can we get an underdog? Mm-hmm. Let's look right now.
I have someone that I really think is going to perform insanely well.
Well, I'll say this. We're using specific dice. We're using a method so that it is weighted for number 1. So it's not 50-50 for each person.
And also, we can say that we got a lot of these suggestions. They did not just come editorialized from us.
No, when we posted a few days ago on Instagram, we had send your top 16. Mm-hmm. And so every person that sent in their list, we used all of that, we lined them up, and then we incorporated that to how we made our brackets.
Right.
So this was not just us using random thing. We tried to incorporate every single person that you sent in, knowing that obviously some of you put like Bill Kelly as your number 2, the politician.
Yeah.
We obviously knew we had to put, Big or Aiden as 1 or 2, but we incorporated all of that in.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah.
And we did a lot of work to try and make this a good bracket and competitive. So
my pick for relative underdog. We have him at 1, 2, 3. We have him as the 5th seed right now. So not insanely low. But I think Big Bone Tom.
Big Bone Tom. Which, as far as we know, Big Bone Tom is a 1-up guy in Miranda's bracket. He's a Weight Watchers guy. Weight Watchers, glazed donut dude.
You definitely know he's a center. If it's basketball, he's a center.
That guy's
throwing elbows in the paint like Shaq.
Big center, yeah.
Listen, I'm a big guy. Big Bone Tom's a big guy. I love food. Big Bone Tom loves food. I think he's going at least to the Final Four, if not to the championships.
Can I throw mine in?
Yeah, throw yours in.
If I'm going, this is another Miranda. But I'm throwing because if you're in like 5 or 6, right, you actually have a pretty good chance at throwing an upset. And so I'm going to say Paul Gaffigan, season 4, episode 3.
Strong.
We put him high. Now, a lot of that may have to do with his post Sex and the City career.
Sure.
Because it's like, yeah, you're one episode, but then you go on to be one of the most successful stand-up comedians in the entire history of comedy around the world. And you were just a guy that was just shitting on a pot reading the magazine.
With the door open.
And so I think through that, I think he's in people's memory a lot, just like similar to Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
And I also think another tall guy, strong in the paint.
Yeah.
And I think he has a chance for a major upset.
I think someone who's going to go further than we think in this is Seth Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Seth John Bon Jovi. He I think we have him as an 8 seed.
He's a 10th pick.
He's a 10th seed.
Yeah.
He's going to go higher than a 10 seed. I think he's one of those 10 seeds that comes in that could go to the Elite 8.
He's in a tough bracket. Because
he is in a very tough bracket.
He has Ben from the Freak Show, Tweety Bird Ben, and Von Weisel, the author from season 2, episode 4.
Yep.
On either side of him. So he's going to really have to get through a lot of carnage in order to
it's going to be tough. I think he could take Von Weisel in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well,
Tweety Bird Ben, though, is an underrated guy.
So we've talked a lot about the upsets on the Bradshaw Boys, March Bradness.
Yeah.
Who are, we'll do a quick recap of our top 4 picks. For Carrie, of course, we have Mr. Big, fan favorite. A lot of people love him. He's the yin to Carrie's yang.
Yep.
Cory, and without getting personal, what's the greatest college basketball team of all time if we're going championships?
Well, if we're going most championships, it's we need to look it up. I'm not sure. It's not Duke. I don't think so.
I don't know a lot about college basketball.
I would say like Duke, North Carolina.
Yeah,
what we have right now is obviously Big Aiden.
I think you got to. I think your top 4. You're going Kentucky, Kansas, Duke, North Carolina. You got Indiana, 90s Indiana teams.
Right. So
did you say Kansas?
I said Kansas.
So
Kansas
Big is definitely in one of those stratospheres. Directly across from Big, we have Charlotte's bracket, and Charlotte's number 1 is Harry.
And we're looking. Sorry to go back to our other conversation. We're looking for our UCLA. UCLA has won 11 titles.
11 titles.
So who's our UCLA here?
So the contenders for that, we have Big. For Charlotte, we have Harry, of course. For Miranda, we have Steve. Now, Steve is a favorite of ours. I think I'd be a fool to say that there wouldn't be at least one of us who doesn't want to see Steve take home the. What do they win?
We'll put together a package.
Got it.
We still have an ask out for the official package.
Yeah, but like, what would say Steve won the March Bradness? What would would he just be champion? Would he be best significant?
Well, whoever makes it from each bracket is the best from their person, and then we go to the final 4. That's the final 4.
What's interesting is Samantha's top pick is someone we've never actually met before.
Yeah, Smith.
And I think that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, we've never met him. It's Smith Jared. He was potentially the most beloved of all the boyfriends. It was between him and Harry of best all time. I know that Steve cheats.
Whoa!
Well, that was in the One Woman Sex in the City. That's how I knew that. Yeah.
Was that in Sex and the City? I knew that too.
I don't know where I found it.
I don't know if that was in One Woman Sex in the City. I've heard it, I think, from one of our fans.
Okay. Well,
it wasn't in One Woman Sex in the City.
Well, somehow I
pretty
knew
sure
that already. And I knew that our fans have been very nice to say, I don't want to ruin it for you, but like, basically, I think it's like Steve made it.
Wow.
He makes amends, but like, that was in the comments when people were putting they're just like, I can't in good faith say number 1 all time.
Man, I didn't know that. Anyway, and
then Big Aiden, like I think you see so many flaws of Big and Aiden that people want a break from that. So it ended up being between Harry and Smith Jarrett as the top seed.
And let's just real quick, being on the subject of other men or boyfriends or significants we haven't met before, there's a handful of others, some high, some a little bit lower, that you know we'll soon put them on the board here. But another one would be Dr. Robert Leeds. That's one of Miranda's boyfriend. He actually nabbed himself a second seed. Ooh. And, you know, it's someone we've never met. With a Robert Leeds or a Smith, it could get really interesting having a boyfriend we've never met before. And then also, down here near the bottom of Samantha's bracket, we have Chip Kilkenny. Okay. Chip Kilkenny is from season 6, episode 1. So he would be another person who made the list based on the fans who we've never met, never seen before.
Yep.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our face thing, and I think first.
I need to draw the brackets first.
Okay.
Actually,
well, while you draw the bracket, Cory and I, why don't we go over what we're gonna do and the way we're gonna have a schedule up. But this is our plan for the next few weeks because I know a lot of us are gonna be have not a lot to do the next few weeks. So what we're gonna do, we're going to give everyone a chance once we announce this bracket. We're going to give everyone a chance to make their own bracket. Now, we'll have the instructions up online, but it'll also be like you choose who you want to go, and whoever gets the winners and the most accurate bracket will then go on to win. Probably like we'll give away a few books.
We'll give away some books. We'll find some great stuff to give away.
And then we have a very cool idea that is in the works that we'll announce as we go. But it's going to be $5 to get in. Mm-hmm. Should they Venmo one of us? What should we do?
We'll figure out a way for you to pay us. You can tell that we're putting this together as we go.
We have to figure that out by the end of
the
episode.
We will release that information on our Twitter and our Instagram. We will let you know how to enter and how to do payment to enter.
Should we just do
Let's just do a PayPal to the Bradshaw Boy. Do you want to do a...
We can link it to the Bradshaw Boys
We'll link it to the Bradshaw
Gmail.
Boys email. So the Bradshaw Boys NYC at Gmail. The Bradshaw Boys... Okay.
The Bradshaw
Boys NYC at gmail.com. Send us a PayPal there.
Yeah, $5. It's $5 to enter your bracket, and then all of the proceeds, all the money that we make from this is going to be donated to the Sheldrick Trust, which is Kristen Davis. That is where her documentary was about, Gardeners of Eden. That's what they talk about at the end of Holiday in the Wild. So it's $5 to enter the bracket. Whoever wins will get a prize, and then all of this money, is it going into our pockets? No.
No, it's not going into our pockets at all.
It's going into our pockets and then out of our pockets towards the Sheldrick Trust.
That's right.
And you can Sheldrick Trust us with that.
That's right.
So that'll be fun. So here's the thing that Jon figured out too. We're not doing this with luck. Obviously, if it was Big versus George Phone Sex, it's going to be Big. So Big but we're going to be rolling dice. So we're going to be rolling dice, and
that's right.
And if you have, and we will do this live so that you see who wins, and we'll have it in each of our Instagram each time we post it. But we're going to roll dice, and then if you're Big, you're like Duke. You're like a powerhouse team. You're like the New England Patriots. You're probably going to beat the Browns.
Right.
So if you roll with dice, you'll have one seed, 1 point taken away. So Jon, can you explain it?
Yeah, give us an example of how that works.
Yeah, so I haven't exactly figured it out, but it will be, we will do it with a dice element. And so Big is obviously
Let me ask you this, Jon.
seed.
Why dice?
Because dice are random.
There we go.
You can roll the dice, and
I knew the answer. I just wanted
happen.
you to put that out there for our fans.
Anything can happen, man.
Anything can happen with dice.
Anything can happen.
The same way in March Madness and the same way in March Bradness.
So, for instance, Carrie, we'll explain. We'll go with Samantha's bracket. Mm-hmm. So Samantha's number 1 seed is Smith Jarrett. Okay, so Smith Jarrett ranked number 1. Her 16th or least likely to win boyfriend is J.J. Mitchell. I don't know if you remember J.J. Mitchell. He's from season 4, episode 15. He's a reporter who's always wanted to hook up with her, and he ends up They end up trying to do a quickie in the bathroom. He can't get it up, and he ends up just jerking off in front of her.
And he's the one that's always like, "Oh, Jonesy!
Oh, Jonesy!
Hey, Jonesy!"
Classic JJ Mitchell.
Classic
kind of a
JJ.
dud.
Just said JJ.
Kind of a dud. You know, not doesn't really have much chance. So what I would do is I would take 5 dice. I would roll 5 dice. Smith, since we want him to be the best, would get no numbers taken off. Since JJ Mitchell is a lower seed, we would take his seed number, which is 16, divide it in 2, and subtract that amount from the dice. So
why divide it by 2?
Because I think they'll make it for more upsets.
Okay, cool.
So since he's a 16th seed, we'll subtract 8 points from his score.
Okay.
So if they both roll, that means JJ needs to get 11 more total points than Smith in order to win. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think that is going to allow for upsets. It's also allowing. Our initial idea was to connect each one of these guys, or Maria. I think she's the only girl in it.
Yeah.
We wanted to connect each one of these.
There is an inanimate object in it too.
There is. We wanted to connect each one of these significant others to a basketball team so that we would be able to follow it through. But obviously we can't now. We'll have to wait a year for that. But I 100% think we should do this again next year.
Oh, of course. 2021 March Bradness will be
March Bradness.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's already, I can tell you right out of the gates, there's going to be some upsets that are going to.
And there'll be a returning champion.
There'll be a returning champion.
Look at if JJ wins, he's a 1 seed next year.
Could you imagine if Big Bone Tom is just sitting in the 1 seed?
Dude, and then whoever wins, if it's Big Bone Tom, we have to get that actor to be like, how do you feel?
Oh, man, of course.
BBT, how do you feel, man?
BBT, talk us through it.
Yeah.
That's why if there was, I'm so tempted.
Someone may have already guessed on Instagram Live what the inanimate object is.
Kate Atkins, you dirty girl. All right, so.
Give Big Bone Tom some of that glaze.
Some of that glaze, dude.
All right, let's get this going. Let's start.
Okay, so here's what we'll do first. I'm going to, in order to do it, take your Instagram. I'm going to, who wants to, Cory, you go first.
Okay.
Come here, in front of here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hang on.
Now, John, will you talk in the mics?
Yeah, what's up? So I'm right here. We're Instagram living to see who goes, see which main Sex and the City character Cory is going to start reading the significance of. And as soon as they have that, they're doing the Instagram random face sorting hat, something that I've never done.
I can maybe do it on mine.
Why don't you just pick?
You want to know?
Who do you want me to pick?
Why don't you do Miranda?
I got it right here. I got this.
Okay, so he's got the sorting hat.
You're doing the sorting hat.
Okay, so can you see me?
Ready? Sorting hat. And you are going to sort as.
He's starting.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Charlotte.
All right, he's doing Charlotte. All right, so I will. So first of all, it's important to note the divisions. So the first division, which we'll call. Ooh, they don't.
I was thinking Charlotte.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like the first one is Carrie and Miranda make up one conference. Yeah, so Carrie and Miranda are one conference. So they could never meet in the finals.
Charlotte and Samantha.
And Charlotte and Samantha are the other conference.
All right.
We'll put up a picture so this all makes more sense. But basically, the finals will ultimately be one of Carrie or one of Miranda's significance versus one of Charlotte or one of Samantha's significance.
All right, Cory, so go down from 16 to 1.
Okay, from 16 to 1.
All right, so I'm going to hop over here and write these in as you read them.
Okay, so I'm just going to read from 16 to 1. We're going with Charlotte's.
Yeah, so down from 16
All
to
right.
16
The 16th seed for Charlotte, York. Number 16, Michael Conway, the blowjob elevator guy, season 1, episode 7.
Where was the elevator? What was that? Do you remember that?
That's just what who was our guest on it? It was that's what our guest called it. When a guy or when a female.
It's a guy. He's trying to push Charlotte's head down. That's what it is. He's trying to push Charlotte's head down. That's what our guest that episode called
Creep vibes.
Yeah,
so
super
he
creep
was 16
vibes.
seed because because he had a creepiness to him. We definitely took into account the creepness.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. Total creep. And also, he's not. Charlotte's had way more memorable people.
Yeah.
So okay. So Michael Conway, you got him. Okay. Number 15 seed for Charlotte. Bad Kisser Brad. Season 3, episode 5. The guy that licks her face.
The face licker. Who? There's a chance we can get him on the pod.
There we go. We'd love to talk to him. All right.
He could be a strong contender.
Ned is the 14 seed. Ned, the guy she has sex with at a funeral.
Okay, we got 14 seed funeral fucker.
Season 2, episode 5.
Yes.
Ned. All right. The next seed, the 13th seed for Charlotte, is Arthur, the angry puncher. Season 3, episode 1. The guy that freaks out in a bar and punches that dude. He's got anger issues, and she kind of can tell he has anger issues, and then he says something to some guy and just hauls off and punches him in the face.
Does he punch someone twice? I'm not sure, but he's the angry puncher.
Man, not a savory character to win, but it's like he has the thirst and the hunger for competitiveness.
That's right.
He does
go all the way.
He's kind of like he might have we could say like Bobby Knight, who used to throw chairs in the NCAA tournament. He's got that anger. Bobby.
All right,
Knight
so that was
all right. Arthur, that was the 13th seed.
Big Bone Tom's going to be glazing himself to the championship.
16,
maybe.
15, 14, 13. The 12th seed for Charlotte is Bram, the guy who fell asleep during sex. That is season 2, episode 11. Bram. He fell asleep. He was narcoleptic?
He was a doctor. No, he was a doctor that was always tired.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, cool.
Oh, he's a doctor. So yeah.
Right. Her next seed, Alexander Lindley. He's the dirty talker from season 3, episode 6.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah,
fucking slut whore bitch.
The guy just sweared at Charlotte a ton. Not a nice guy. Well, that was what. Yeah, he was just into it. I don't feel. I wasn't into that though either. All right, the next seed.
I want to just say that I think Charlotte's was a really competitive bracket, to be honest.
Way more than we thought it'd be.
Some people had like really non-competitive brackets. Charlotte's was like really tough. I think from here on up, it gets
insane,
wild.
Yeah,
absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Okay, the number 10 seed. Here we go. Number 10 seed for Charlotte is Justin Anderson III. Season 5, episode 5, Justin Anderson III, which he was. Tell me who that guy was again.
John, you know who he is? Season 5, episode 5.
Justin Anderson III was a guy that she was hooking up with when Bunny walked in on them. Bunny walked in on them hooking up together.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dude,
good looking dude, blonde. Yeah, just classic guy.
Yeah, and that's when her and
Bunny really came in the
and Bunny was like, "You don't own this apartment anymore." All right. The number 9 seed for Charlotte is Tom the Handyman, season 2, episode 4.
Absolutely. Tom the Handyman. Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. The number 8 seed for Charlotte, Brad, the up the butt guy, the classic cab scene, the anal sex cab scene. That's the guy that spawned that scene.
Mrs. Up the butt. Yep.
Mrs. Up the butt. That is her number 8. Her number 7. Steven.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 11. Steven.
He got scared of the cockroaches?
He was the one that they all thought he was gay.
Right.
And he got really scared when they were cooking dinner together.
Yeah.
Someone on the Instagram Live just said, "This is so wholesome, I can't." Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can. This is about to get much more wholesome.
Okay.
We're talking about anal sex. And she's like,
very wholesome. All right. A hole is a wholesome. Okay, next, number 6 seed, Mike, the uncircumcised guy, season 2, episode 9.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
If we go by him at the end of the episode, he's now the circumcised guy.
The circumcised guy. Yeah, he could be either. All right. So remember when we said things get competitive?
This is ready. Fucking crazy.
We are at seed 5.
All right. I'm just gonna fire these off, John. So get ready.
This is where it gets nuts.
Seed 5 for Charlotte, Shmuel, the Orthodox Jewish guy who's the art dealer that she sleeps with.
Like,
Shmuel.
you just go, if you have Shmuel as a 5 seed in your bracket.
What is coming up? What is coming up? It's insane.
It's nuts.
Also, Orthodox Jews love basketball.
Yeah.
He plays, and that guy went on to be a killer actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he was then too. But yeah, Carcosa. All right.
Number 4.
Number 4, Capote Duncan.
Jeez.
Pilot episode.
Get out of here.
Episode.
Capote is actually a very interesting. We tossed around like where to put him because he actually ends up having sex with
Samantha.
But we thought that Samantha, I think, has. I would be willing to say Samantha has the most competitive bracket.
Yeah,
Like,
and
by far. So
and so we couldn't
decided
give her
to
Dunkin'
we decided to throw Capote in Charlotte's.
All right, let's keep moving. Because after Capote, it gets even crazier. We're throwing in seed number 3 for Charlotte, the Rabbit.
the rabbit.
The Rabbit is the one who
That's insane.
Charlotte goes
That's
nuts on the
insane.
Rabbit. They have to go to her apartment and intervene.
They have to stop her. She's never been so addicted to a boyfriend as the rabbit. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, do you even need men anymore if this thing's doing everything a man could never do?
That's wild.
Totally.
It's wild. So the rabbit is in there.
Okay,
And then
number 2, of course. Who do we got? Trey McDougal.
Trey
McDougal.
McDougal.
Trey McDougal.
When we watched that episode last night, I missed Trey.
Dude, I miss Trey every day, man. I'm
was-
an everyday Trey guy.
Yesterday was the first time we watched an episode with all of our fans on Instagram together. It was like a group watch. And I'll say it made me excited for our first round to watch through it again.
Yeah.
To like remember all these characters.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the number 1 seed, Corey.
The number 1 seed, of course, Harry.
Harry.
Charlotte's. I mean, we love Harry. We just are getting to know Harry.
We're huge Harry heads.
Yeah, we're big. We're big old Harry heads. We're huge Harry heads.
All right.
I'm a Harry head. Look at that.
Kevin's a
All right.
that.
total.
I'm
Charlotte's
fucking Goldenblatt.
on the board.
All right,
Charlotte's on the board.
Just reading down. So the first match, just to give you an idea of some of the first matchups, the first match for Charlotte will be Harry versus Michael Conway, the blowjob guy. I mean, that's a pretty easy Harry victory. The next one will be Trey versus Bad Kisser Brad. The Rabbit versus Ned, the funeral fucker. When it starts getting interesting is when you have like a 6 seed going against a 10 seed, like Shmuel, for instance, versus Bram fall asleep during sex.
Yeah.
Those are going to be tough matchups.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's going to be real tough.
So Harry's going Michael Conway, you said. What's the okay, this is great.
You pair them up from the bottom up. So,
yeah. So we'll
right in the middle of her bracket will be Brad up the butt versus Tom Handyman.
Wow.
So that'll just be a cutthroat match for sure.
So let's get the next one on the board. Also, someone just said on the Instagram Live, they said they're surprised the Rabbit didn't get a higher seed. The Rabbit couldn't go higher than Trey or Harry. You can't put the Rabbit higher than Trey, but we're happy to have the Rabbit at 3. That's actually a hugely competitive matchup.
All right. Kevin, why don't you go next?
Can I see your phone?
Yes.
And I'm going to go figure out which one I'm going to be.
All right.
And then we're going to go
down. All right. Sorting hat.
All right. So,
All right, Kevin. So which one are you doing the sorting hat for right now, Kevin? This is for who?
I'm going to be...
Tell me which one you're doing it for. Kevin is doing the sorting hat to see which one we're picking. The excitement is palpable right now.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Carrie Bradshaw, everyone.
And this is actually great because this is the other side.
There we go. So this is the other side of our brackets.
All
Kevin,
right,
we're about to
on.
read them off for Carrie Bradshaw right now. You're listening to March Bradness 2020 selection show right now.
This is brought to you by Cherry Vanilla Coke Zero.
This is also brought to you by KFC. KFC, it's been in many Sex and the City episodes, like when Carrie got high with the comic book guy.
So the first thing that I want to notice with Carrie's division is she is in a different conference than Samantha.
Yes. So
this is the East Conference. Charlotte and Samantha are in the West Conference. Carrie and Miranda are in the East Conference. So this is our first of the East Conference.
All right, so you're listening to who we're going to put in Carrie's conference. Kevin, you're going to read these off, correct?
All
right, start for number 16, Kevin.
16, we have Keith Travers, also known as Vince Vaughn.
That's right.
Who was ultimately the assistant?
He was the assistant
of
Carrie Fisher.
Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher,
assistant
R.I.P.
to the regional manager. That's
All
a
right.
different show.
And then 15, we have another superstar. A Star is Born, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Bradley Cooper. Season 2, Episode 4.
I'm on the deep end, watching me down.
Hey,
Show me something good.
Carrie, did you win March Bradness?
Dude,
Did you win March
if he wins, if he wins,
that's when he
he's-
pees his pants.
Is that Bradley Cooper or Mark Machaca? I can't
That's
tell.
Same
That's-
thing.
that's,
Bradley
uh,
Cooper fucking stole Mark Machaca's vibe
did.
and went before Star was Born.
Ozark and The Outsider Star and Bradshaw
Bradshaw
Boys
Boys
guest,
guest.
Mark Menchaca.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Hey, John, Did you win?
And listen, if any of you forget what any of these seeds are, just go ahead and send us a video of you saying, "I just want to get one more look at you." All right, number 14.
Tell me something, John.
We have. I'm surprised Bradley Cooper was included. They didn't really date. That is true. We did.
What'd they do?
I don't think they dated at all.
They didn't.
They didn't hook up.
Who was he?
He was just in the show. We just included him. You know what? He was in the bottom. We include him because his B Coops.
We did, and also because he was on a few people's. Listen, if there's, I don't know, if anyone has a big argument with that, I don't know, take it up with other fans. I don't know if we missed something, then whatever. John McFadden, the Fuck Buddy, season 2, episode 14. We can do that. Well, we can change it.
You know what? I actually have.
Let me go through this and then
go
we'll
through
change
this, and then I have something to throw in there in the selection.
All right, so we have John McFadden, the Fuck Buddy. Then number, let's see, 16, 15, 14, 13.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we have 4. Number 13, we have Kurt Harrington, season 1, episode 1. Can women have sex like men? Kurt Harrington. Absolute
sharing
legend.
an episode with Capote Duncan.
Yes, an absolute legend.
There's the numbers.
All right, thank you. Next up, after Kurt Harrington, we have Sean, the bisexual.
That's right.
Alanis,
The Alanis Morissette
season
episode.
3, episode 4.
Yep.
Alanis Morissette. Not the greatest representation of bisexuals, but also breaking ground in the fact that they were on television.
That's true.
You show me another television show that was even attempting to have these conversations, and I'll show you.
MASH.
Rugrats. Rugrats.
And I'll show you I Love Lucy. Not all couples sleep in the same bed.
All of the Muppet Babies.
Okay?
All of them.
Next up, we have The Author. Season 2, episode 4. Justin Theroux. Vaughn Wiesel.
That's right. Vaughn
Penis.
Wiesel. He's a short
People
story
want to know
writer.
where Capote was in Charlotte's bracket. Capote is a 4th seed in Charlotte's bracket.
Yeah.
We gave her to
Capote's
Charlotte.
4th seed.
We gave her to Charlotte. We gave him to Charlotte rather than Samantha, just because Samantha's was too competitive this year.
Yeah. Now that is, I believe that's the isn't that the second coming of Theroux?
Yeah,
it's
but
the
what was
first.
his
No,
first
his
one?
first one, it was because in his first one, doesn't Carrie go meet him at a party? He's like one of the younger dudes that she goes
I'm
and
comfortable
meets.
not having both Therouxs.
How much does that sound like like an Owen Wilson artsy movie? The second coming of Theroux.
I don't know. I just wanted to go to the pond.
Wow.
Wow.
No, because the second one, he's a short story writer. He's really close with his family. And the first one, he's this younger dude that she goes and meets out at a party at Union Square one night, I'm pretty sure.
I like the one with the family. The Union Square one I don't care about, to be honest.
Okay. I'm glad we have one of them in there.
Seth Bon Jovi, he's number 10. We have Vaughn Wiesel at 11. We have Seth Bon Jovi at number 10.
He meets her in therapy. He finds out that he sleeps with her and then he doesn't care about her. That's his
he's got
problem.
some decent genes.
Yeah, I guess he does have some really good genes. I'd say those are pre-diesels.
Now, I'll say this. I will say this with this next one. Are you ready?
Yes.
At number 9, we have one of the most beloved characters, single episode, and he was on so many lists, so we had to bump him up to 9. He could not be any old one. We're talking Ben from The Freak Show, also known as Tweety Bird Tattoo.
Yeah. And he was played by who played him? What's the actor's name?
I'm not sure.
It's that famous guy from Justified.
It's Oliphant.
Yeah, Timothy
Was it
Oliphant.
Oliphant?
I think so.
Wait, Oliphant played didn't
don't think
Oliphant?
it was Tweety Bird
Oliphant?
Tattoo.
No, Oliphant's not Tweety Bird Tattoo.
He was in Freak Show. He was the guy
He
from
was.
Freak
He
Show.
was hot sauce.
Oh,
He was hot sauce.
Hang on. Hold on. We're going to look that
I
one
must
up.
be mistaken.
I got to say, I was also mistaken. The first time we saw Theroux, he was with Stanford. Carrie met him with Stanford in season 1, I believe.
Now, do we know if, yes, we are Jordan Girl. We are including boyfriends we haven't met yet. Okay.
Yeah.
We are, in fact,
We
doing
have
that.
Smith on there. We have Chip Kilkenny and Robert Leeds.
Yeah.
All three we haven't met yet.
Yep.
All right. So we have Ben from The Freak Show. Next up at number 8, we have The Safe Bet. We have The Successful. the man that you want to settle down with if the timing is right, in the Hamptons, Season 2, Episode 17, Dr. Bradley Migo. He's bad and bougie.
I'll tell you something. There's a legitimate world in which Big is not at that Hamptons party.
Okay.
Carrie falls in love, settles down with Dr. Bradley Migo, and Sex and the City as we know it doesn't exist. Think about that world. Because Dr. Bradley Migo is such a good catch. That world was very close to existing.
Yeah.
There's alternate universes in which it does exist.
There's alternate universes in all of our lives that
we don't meet Aiden, we don't meet Berger, we don't meet Petrovsky. It's just Carrie and Migo.
And guess what? If she settled down with Migo, you know she's not walking around sitting down and being like, "Can you help me with money?" It's all set.
It's done.
Migo's got it.
And you know what we're the Migo men then.
The Migo men.
That's right.
We're
Totally.
the Migo men.
Yeah.
All right, next up, number 7. He is the dark horse. Give me some sax, Corey. Give me some sax. Give me some sax. Next up at number 7, ladies and gentlemen, put on your hat. We got Ray King wearing a pork pie hat. Sick and a knock, but what do you think about that? Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. Pork pie.
Pork pie?
Hey, pork pie.
What do you want? You want a doctor?
Hey,
Or
pork
do you want a little bit of ba-ba-ba-ba? Do you need someone with some ADD? Someone who can't keep emotionally being there for you until they chill a little bit.
Hey, also,
It's not a great match.
yeah. He's a Ray King. Ray King, I would say, started out very strong, and I feel like had ADD, it had been a different time, would have had a totally different arc right there.
In the words of Lil Wayne, started out hustling, ended up balling.
That's
Wow.
right.
Next up, we have a mother.
Hold on. I want
favorite.
to say there's a point in these brackets where it goes from conjecture to truth.
Yes.
To just like
This is that
numbers
moment.
to just like
Yeah.
we're talking big players.
But that's what happens in the tournament. You know,
Yeah.
then you get to the top seeds, and
Yeah.
you're like, these people show up.
yeah, like Von
Yeah.
Weisel. He's a great catch.
Yeah.
But like starting from this point on, shit's getting real.
Von Weisel is Indiana Wesleyan
Yeah.
University. It's like, I hope they do well, right?
Who's
Yeah.
above pork pie?
Pork pie. We have a fan favorite, one of the greatest actors in television history, Bill Kelly, the comptroller.
Piss in my face, piss in my mouth.
Piss on my face, piss on my mouth, piss in the hoop. We got Bill Kelly, the politician.
Let's go.
John Slattery.
John Slattery.
John Slattery.
Dude, and if you think he's not going to be raining down his urine through the hoops, like just
Through the hoops, all over the court.
There's going to be-
Those towel boys that are there after someone falls down, they're going to be cleaning up the court the whole time when Bill Kelly gets out
Strawberry
there.
Daiquiri, the top 3 for Charlotte are Harry, Trey, Rabbit.
Yeah.
Harry Trey Rabbit, and this right here, he's gonna be raining down golden showers all over this bracket. All right.
Also,
next,
hey, hold on. A moment of clarification. Timothy Oliphant was 20-something Sam.
Oh.
20-something Sam. He's the guy that woke up and was like, I can't feel my hands.
yeah.
He had the weird dream.
Oh.
Little clarification on that guy. Okay. After Bill Kelly, Slattery. John Slattery. Big
All
time
right.
player. Who do we got?
next up, it was really difficult. Bill Kelly, and this could have gone 5, could have gone 6. We have, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5, Mr. Yankee.
The new Yankee.
The new Yankee.
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yankee.
It's, there was something about it that, are there any other actual professional sports players in this whole series?
I don't know.
Because I think he was in there so much, and I do think there's all of the artsy fartsy people, the burgers that people have interacted with.
Yeah.
How many of us have dated? Imagine if there was a Yankee in our fucking
Be
friend
insane.
group.
Be
Good
insane.
gosh.
Dude, I think like Big Bone Tom probably could have played nose tackle for the Giants at one point.
Oh yeah.
There was a Nets player within our friend group at one point.
That's true.
That was pretty cool. And
Yeah.
that was like, and it was like when they were around, it was like, whoa, like that person's very tall, and this is kind of insane because that person's very famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so Mr. Yankee.
Yeah,
Now-
people are saying Mr. Yankee should be number 5, and there's like a point of clarification about this.
He is 5.
No, so higher than 5.
Oh, yeah.
The other boyfriends that are higher than Mr. Yankee, although not necessarily the fan favorites, they play really important parts in the development of the characters. So although, big surprise, Burger is higher and everyone hates him, he's also a very important character. So,
Cory, just give us a quick breakdown of, 5-second rant. How do you feel about Duke basketball?
Okay. I hate it with all of the passion and the fire of a million suns, but I respect them as a great program.
There you go.
I went to University of North Carolina.
One of the top 3 greatest rivalries of all time in sports, American sports?
Easy.
Yeah, it's Ali Frazier. It's
Yeah.
It's
it's 90s Bulls.
It's
Bulls
Jazz.
No, I'd say that's like now we can't do it. It's like
It's Big Aiden.
It's Big Aiden. It's Bulls Celtics, depending on what area you're in.
Yeah.
It's Lakers Celtics.
Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah.
And there's just to summarize what you guys for those who aren't sports fans out there.
Yeah.
You may hate them, but you got to respect them.
You got to
respect. That's why they're high. And
that's what it is.
These next 2 picks are going to be in that category. So just deal with it.
All right. So number 4,
Coke, Pepsi. if you're into soft drinks, that's
Coke,
what
Pepsi,
it is.
Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears.
There we go.
Next up, we have Ron Livingston, the hated, the villain of the series. Take a chomp, get some fries with your burger. He's a writer, and he may write his way into the biggest. It would be like, if he wins, it would just be.
I think
What
yeah,
if
I
he
think
wins?
Our podcast will just have to shut down.
I mean,
people
people
will not like it, but he'll be the champion.
People would break the quarantine to come out and attack us.
That's fine.
They'd be like, you can. I'm leaving my apartment against martial law so that we can punch you in the fucking face. Okay, Burger. Next up, we have a character we've never met, but someone who could pirouette his way to a championship, the greatest ballerino of all time. Actually, it's spelled danseur with an S.
Danseur.
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 It is Petrovsky.
Alexander Petrovsky. Haven't met him yet, but we've heard a lot of stories.
Have you ever watched old YouTube videos of him dancing?
Insane.
No.
He can jump
unbelievable.
so high.
So high.
So effortlessly.
McHale.
He is like, like when you see a deer just running away from like a bear and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I didn't know deer could like jump that high.
Have you ever just watched a deer jump over a fence?
Yeah, that's
It's
like what he's like.
ridiculous.
He's just standing there and all of a sudden he's like 18 feet in the
I
air.
hope that there is a scene when we meet him where him and Carrie are out in the country and a deer jumps over a fence and he runs after it and jumps the fence after the
It's
deer.
Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Mikhail
He's
Baryshnikov,
one of the
Alexander
greatest
Petrovsky.
dancers of all
Now
time.
these top 2 are probably the easiest. They're probably the easiest picks in the entire.
I want to know if there's any fights about this, but it's like
There's no way.
it's-
No way.
There's no way
it's-
that.
Yeah, it's Aiden at 2,
Yep.
and it's Big at number 1. It's probably that right there is truly the North Carolina Duke of this entire.
Yeah, it's the question. It's the question that Sarah Jessica Parker was asked.
Are North Carolina and Duke in the same conference or
Uh,
division?
We have ended up in the same bracket before, but like they usually end up splitting us up. Actually, no. We've been in like the same, like we've been in the Western together.
Okay.
But yeah,
Let's see. Berger is not higher than Petrovsky. It goes Big Aiden Petrovsky for Carrie.
So real quick, rundown, not from the bottom, but I'll say it's Bill Kelly at 6, Mr. Yankee at 5, Berger at 4, Petrovsky at 3, Aiden at 2, Big at number 1.
Yeah, so like
All
your
right.
first match, you're seeing Vince Vaughn go up against Chris Noth, and it's like it's going to be a bloodbath, but like
Yeah.
we're going to watch it anyway and see
Yeah.
what happens.
all right. Time to sort the next one.
I don't know if I should do a sorting hat because I might just get these characters again. So why don't I just go down to Samantha?
Okay, let's
Okay.
go down to
All right,
Samantha.
we're going down
Corey,
to
you do Samantha.
All
Or
right.
do you
I'll
read
do
them.
Samantha.
John,
Yeah,
do
you read
Samantha. I got you, John. Oh, there you go. John's coming over here to do Samantha. Samantha, listen, we've talked about this. She's got a pretty interesting one too. I think she's got some. I would say she has some of the most randoms, but some of the most strong randoms.
I think she has the toughest bracket in the entire.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Structure.
Yeah.
I mean, her bracket is out of control. It's insane.
Some of the most memorable,
Some of the
greatest
most
single
memorable.
episode characters, people that stick with you 20 years after because they're so like, and I think that actually speaks to why Samantha is such a more complex character than just being like, when you just mention her, it's like everyone assumes like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she's loose or like she's sexual. But I think it speaks to her dynamism as an actress, Kim Cattrall, that these single off characters or 1 or 2 episode characters get to come in and have such a memorable storyline.
Yeah.
And that because there's crazy ones with all these characters, but with hers, like you stick with them, and this was just an insane bracket. So.
Yeah. And the thing about Samantha is I also think we expressed our creative what do I want to say? Like we injected our opinions on this bracket the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, there's so many people.
There's so many people, and her relationships are also the most whimsical.
Yeah.
So it was hard to pin them down. But I want you, the listener, to know that this is the most official ranking that we can find to date. Starting with number 16, who I think this is like the high school team that got into the NCAA tournament.
We're looking at like a Miami of Ohio or something like that. Like one of those teams. Yeah.
JJ Mitchell,
Yep.
i.e. Jonesy, who we meet in 2 episodes. He's the reporter that wants to have a quickie with her in the bathroom while she's trying to cheat on Richard. Just an absolute schlub.
Yeah.
He's an absolute legend. He's the dude. He gets the opportunity, and here's what's probably going to happen. He snuck his way into the bracket.
I think that they ended up winning their conference tournament on like some sort of fluke, and then they get in.
And then he gets in, and then the game starts, and you forget how to dribble.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get hard.
Or who knows? Like, dude, he could. I don't know.
If he would have been in the right headspace, he could have banged out a
That's what I'm
championship.
saying.
But
We've never seen him perform. We've never seen him at a high octane full potential.
JJ, what are you doing? Come on, he chokes.
Yeah.
Seed 15, we have season 4, episode 1.
In honor of Sunday.
I gave up. Did he say I gave up Christ for you? Is that what he says?
Does he?
Does he
Someone
say
says that. Friar fuck.
Sunday, the Episcopalian. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on Lent right now, but guess who's not? Sam Jones.
All right, we
She's
have.
still eating meat 7 days a week.
This one is seed 14. Someone we've never met before. Big time fan favorite, and some say one of the hottest men on Sex and the City, Chip Kilkenny.
Chip Kilkenny, not met him.
Oh, no. And John, the I gave up Christ for you quote is actually a Charlotte quote that she apparently might come later that we haven't seen yet.
Probably says to Harry.
Yeah, it probably says to Harry, but the friar would not give it up.
Oh, that's right.
He wanted it. He got her to join. She went and bought a bunch of canned goods.
All right. So moving up from here, this is how insane.
This gets insane.
Samantha's bracket is.
It gets crazy.
We are at a 13 seed right now. Kevin, take off that hat.
Yep.
Face the camera.
Show your mustache.
Show everyone. You guys know who that is?
You know who that is right there?
Who's this right here? Hold on. Ready? If you just with the mustache.
You know who that is.
You know who that
He's
is.
in L.A. He's a model.
Garth the dildo model.
That's right. That's who Kevin. That's
I'm
Kevin.
a real live Garth right now.
That's right. Yeah, the Garth. This is speaks to her bracket. He's a 1-ep guy, I believe, or is he a 2-ep guy in LA? He's an LA guy, strong throughout the whole series, and you never see him again. Super strong though.
But he's the type of guy that even when he leaves your apartment, he stays with you.
Yeah,
Because you have his penis mold.
All right. Here, I mean, one of the most memorable characters, certainly one of the most quoted. Season 3, the 12th seed, right above Garth the dildo model.
and emphasis on seed.
Don't even know his name. Emphasis on seed. Funky Spunk.
Funky Spunk Cannavale.
That's right.
Spurred onto an insane theater and film career. He was in The Irishman.
Boardwalk Empire.
Blue Jasmine.
Yeah.
Someone just said, OMG, he does look like Garth. What the fuck?
Look at him. Kevin, do that Garth face again.
Dude, you
Look at
gotta
that.
get Garth up on your phone and just do a side by side. Yeah, he looks so much like Garth.
He really looks like
in
Garth.
all
yeah.
ways, if you know what I mean. All right.
Garth.
Here's you guys remember when I said that Big Bone Tom is my sleeper?
BBT.
Yeah.
I lied.
Who's your
It was
sleeper?
a straight up lie. I legitimately think this person has the best chance to take down the entire bracket. Samantha's bracket, the Western Conference, the 11th seat, Sam Jones.
Who's Sam Jones?
Sam Jones is the guy that
Who's Sam
go
Jones?
back and listen. Go back
Why
and
don't you
listen
put your
to
phone
our,
down and look up who is Sam Jones.
Go back and listen to our episode with Mark Menchaca. Mark Menchaca said he would have been that guy had he auditioned for that part. And then it turns out Mark Menchaca knew that actor currently, and they talked about it. Go back and listen to it.
Dude.
That's a great episode.
Incredible
Sam
episode.
Jones.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Kevin, your picture.
Kevin really does look like Garth. He really looks like Garth.
All right.
All right.
Up next, Samantha's
I love you, Sam
Samantha's
Jones.
match, Sam Jones's match, Tom Raimi sex swing.
Yep.
This is insane.
Yeah. This is very,
Hers
very
turns
wild.
on to a real and here's another thing. There are times when there are conferences within the NFL, with any sport, that it's just a more competitive conference. When it's who's in the Patriots conference? I'm trying to think. Are the Eagles?
AFL or NFL or AFL
They're in
or
the
AFC
the
or
AFC.
or NFC?
I just know that it's like, think about for years and years and years, you have this conference that is just has two of the best teams. It doesn't matter what you do. You could have your best season and still not make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's what Samantha's conference is.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Because this is this is why it's nuts. This is our 9th seed in Samantha's conference. Len Schneider. Like in any
This
other
is
any
wild.
other sport, in any other planet, in any other country, Len Schneider is a straight up first pick.
Yeah.
Like number 1 seed.
You don't throw in that earring if you're not a fucking champion.
Yeah.
Or that ponytail.
Yeah.
You
and
put-
you don't put the top down in your car
It's insane.
unless you have because you have trophies that are 10 feet high popping out the back of your fucking convertible. Explain what a Cinderella story is, Corey.
A Cinderella story is a team that comes in there. Let's say you're JJ Mitchell. You come in there, you're a Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio is the team that upset North Carolina when they were a 15 and North Carolina was a 2 one year. But you come in, you're JJ Mitchell. You're like, this is a character that, he's clearly not a match for Samantha Jones. And somehow he goes to the Final Four. And every game he keeps showing up and he plays and he gets in there and he ends up going up against like Shmuel, let's say. And you're like, there's no way. And he knocks Shmuel out and he keeps going in and he gets further and further. That would be your Cinderella story. So Lynn Schneiderman, we're hoping he's a Linderella story. I think
That's
is what
right.
we would go
That's
for.
right.
But yeah, Cinderella story is just small school that ends up going a super long way and you love rooting for him.
That's right.
All right.
Number 8,
Let's keep going.
right above Len, fan favorite, one of my favorites, Thor. You guys remember Thor?
Thor was the trainer who was giving inappropriate massages and shaving.
No, yeah, I don't think massage
They-
is just straight up shaving,
shaving into women's pubic hair.
women's pubic
And-
hair. lightning bolts.
but it was also it was inappropriate for his job, but it was also consensual. Everyone
course.
thought that, but they thought they were the only one.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Hey,
Thor, though.
lightning may strike and he may make it to the championship.
all right.
Do you
Oh
know
my
why I
gosh.
said lightning?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thor
'cause it's the
and the
tattoo.
lightning bolt. Cool,
Or his shaving.
cool.
All right, man.
How are you
Sev-
guys doing?
seven?
This is so fun.
This is
7 and
great.
up is just insane. I know I keep saying this, but like,
One of our favorites of all time. This would be our number 1 seed if we
Like-
could just make our own bracket.
you know what? I know people love Smith, but if you think about it, this guy should be number 1. He should be this number 7 seed should be number 1. I don't care how great Smith is. I don't care how much chemistry they have. I don't care how much they love each other.
Does
I don't
Smith
care how
Jared-
hot he is.
Does he eat mushrooms?
Does he crush mushrooms?
Yeah.
Will he change his wardrobe?
Will he wear a
Will
turtleneck?
he wear a turtleneck?
Will he wear a turtleneck? This guy will.
Number 7 seed will. Bernie,
Turtle
mother,
top.
fucking turtle top.
Turtle top.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Get me the mallet.
Kokunk.
Justice has been served.
Dude, he is going to put...
World
he is-
Turtle Day.
World
He is
Turtle
going to make this bracket an absolute slog. And then you go right from him. Oh, it can't get any better than that. How about Fireman from season 2?
Staten Island
Staten Island Fireman.
Done, yo.
The guy
Fucking done.
when we're in the at Staten Island, Bill Kelly fundraiser, right? Is that when?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane. Absolutely insane. We have some people still with us.
All
Thank
right.
you guys for being still with us.
And then right above him, I don't know, Farmer Luke. Farmer Luke, y'all.
Farmer Luke. Farmer Luke
is like
upstate.
A lot of people's lists. He's the number one best guy in all of Sex and the City.
Yeah.
And he is a number 5 seed.
He's like a what are we doing next weekend? Farmer Luke. Yep. What are you doing next weekend? Hey, what are you doing next weekend? All right, let's keep moving.
Up next, the only female on the list, Maria,
I will say, she's what, a 4 seed?
4 seed.
Yeah, so easy 4 seed.
She's like out there with Berger, with Capote Duncan, Maria. One of my favorites, season 1, little guy named Small Dick James.
Small Dick James. Yeah, he's and he sticks around for longer than you would think, and I'm glad he did. Yeah. They go to therapy and then they break up.
So he's your 3rd seed, and then for Samantha's top 2, we know who you're thinking. It's pretty obvious. Richard at number 2.
Yep, and then number 1.
Number 1 seed would be Smith Jarrett. We've never met before.
We haven't met him before, but we know that he deserves a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving. The last one here on this Selection Sunday is Miranda. Miranda. We've got Miranda. So Samantha's got a very strong bracket. I would say Miranda's got a bracket of some equally off the wall characters. And but she's also got a lot of strong ones in there as well.
And for all of you on the Instagram Live, I think there's a limit to how long it can be. So I think it just reset. So I think it canceled everyone off and then just reset.
Just come on back on board.
Yeah, come on back on board.
On board.
Some of our followers just said they're going to start their own private chat group to keep up with each other.
Love that.
Isn't that sick?
Yeah, come together. All right, so Miranda's. Miranda, her number 16 seed. You ready for this one, John?
Yeah, let's go.
Miranda's number 16 seed, George, phone sex guy, the guy that she decides to call up and have phone sex with. They meet because they're both lawyers. Is that correct? And they start having phone sex together.
Chicago
and then,
guy, right?
Yeah. And he ends up having phone sex with multiple people. The call waiting, the 3-way call thing, he gets caught. Yeah, number 16. Number 15 seed for her, Lance Bloom, the dude who she goes out to dinner with when she has her braces and she gets stuff caught in her teeth.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. Lance is coming.
And she did. Kevin,
we got to make a meme.
Yes.
Brace yourself. Brace yourself.
We're going to destroy. There's going to be so much content on our Instagram that no one's going to get unless you follow this.
Lance is coming.
This is getting so niche as fuck.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Sign me up.
Number 14 seed, Aaron, the Dirty Talker. With Miranda. Season 2, episode 2. John, give me a little specificity on Aaron the Dirty Talker.
I'm having trouble remembering Aaron the Dirty Talker. I think.
Kevin, do you have any? When
we looked this up, he was in a lot of people's lists, so we put him there. But I don't.
Can you help us with Aaron the Dirty Talker?
I'm gonna do a little research on him. Why don't you guys keep going with the seeds, and I'll interject back in. Keep going.
Seed 13 is Ted, the guy who's into spanking. Season 1, episode 6. Ted the Spanker. He's got a spanking fetish. I believe she finds a spanking
VHS. Yeah,
and then he brings it up, and then he's not interested. Well, she got into it too. She was ready to.
Yeah, she was great. She was like
a spank venture.
Yeah, she's spanky very much. Let's go.
She talked about his cock being like a rock. Kate Atkins just said cock being like a rock, a sausage, a rock hard sausage. Do you remember that, Corey?
Yeah.
Which one?
Rock hard sausage.
Yeah, she was like he was super into dirty talking.
Hard rock, a big hard rock. Oh yeah, a sausage.
You were so nasty.
Surprisingly enough, once Miranda opened her mouth, she found it difficult to shut up.
There we go. That guy.
Once she
sausage. Yeah, there we go.
After
so he got her talking.
Our 12th seed is Thomas John Anderson. He's a guy that would have to have a shower after they had sex.
Yes, the Catholic guilt.
Catholic guilt. Off-Broadway playwright.
Season 1, episode 12. And then 11th seed is Ethan Watson, the guy who was super and who needed to get off while watching porn with her.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of like porn-related stuff with
Yeah,
Miranda.
she had a lot. Yeah, she did, yeah. Then after Ethan Watson, we watched this episode last night in our group watch night with everyone.
Yep.
The Marathon Man, season 4, episode 6. It's the guy who she meets when they're training for the marathon, and he's also
–
Analingus.
Hey,
he's a butt eater.
You better watch your ass because he's eating his way to the championship.
That's right. Hey, listen.
Dude, him and Big Bone Tom are going to have an eat-off.
I got to say, if you're playing one of these games and you hear someone's coming up from behind, you know who it is.
Yeah.
It's the Marathon Man.
Wait, can I ask a question before we go through this?
Of course.
A lot of people were talking when we were gramming about this yesterday. When Charlotte chimes in that Trey likes it, does Trey go down on her rear, or does he go down on hers, or is it reciprocal?
I think it's reciprocal because at some point they're like, I would never do it to a guy. And then Charlotte says something where it makes it sound like she's doing it to Trey. Because at first, when they start the conversation, she's like, what? We're married.
Yeah.
And then she chimes in again after Samantha and Carrie are like, I would never reciprocate.
Yeah.
And Charlotte chimes in again. So
Yeah.
I believe it's reciprocal.
Yeah. Dude,
All right, Marathon
good for
Man.
Trey.
Up next, we have Mark Fierstein's character.
Mark Fierstein's character.
A friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
Good overall, great dude.
Yep. Fantastic man.
Josh, fake orgasm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now wait, is he faking?
That was my question. Is he faking? Or is she faking? She's faking for him. Yeah.
You guys don't
Miranda-
remember this episode? She fakes for him and then tells him.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Great guy
Amazing man.
in real life.
That's something that, I mean, it sucks to be a girl because they think they have far fewer orgasms than guys do. But that is a nice thing that girls are able to fake an orgasm and end things.
You can do it too.
Not
Just bring
really.
a bottle. Bring
All right, we need to
a
wrap
bottle
this
of
up,
water.
boys.
Bring a
All
bottle
right,
of water.
all right.
Okay, never mind.
Season 8. We have season 2, episode 15. Simon, the dad from the gym.
Oh,
And
great
his, and his kid kept. Is this the guy whose kid kept getting in the elevator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Single parent dating. All right. After Simon, we got one of the goats coming up. One of our faves. Friend of. I would say friend of the pod. He's done a couple comedy shows with me and Kevin.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we want to have him on here one day. Jim Gaffigan, a.k.a. Paul, the guy that went to the bathroom.
Shits with the door open.
Leave
Goes
the
to the
door
bathroom.
open for him to make a run for the championship.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Gaffigan, amazing performance.
Great. Loves reading magazines and dropping deuces.
Yep,
That's right.
Dude, when
Don't
he's,
we all?
Dude, he's not a 3-point shooter. He just drops deuces.
There you go.
All right.
Lot-
This is
Getting into
right.
the
I
paint.
think seed 6 is where Miranda's bracket starts toughening up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gaffigan, I think he was definitely higher than he should have been because he's a friend of the pod. But seed 6, we have Detective Stevens, season 3, episode 17.
Yep.
When Carrie loses her shoes.
He's the hot detective. Yeah.
I don't remember this detective. Did they sleep together?
Yes. And so him and Miranda. Hang on. Well, I had it pulled up, and then we got an ad coming up.
All right. So
Let's keep moving. We'll get a little context
Here
in
we
a
go.
second.
Now we're talking. Now we're really cooking. Now we're really cooking a lot of food, especially some donuts.
we got
Give it up. Corey, give me a B.
B.
Kevin, give me a B.
B.
John, give me a T. T. Big Bone Tom.
Donuts, go nuts, go nuts, donuts, go nuts for Big Bone Tom. That's what the band plays when he gets on
Go nuts
the
for
court.
donuts, dude.
Go nuts for donuts, go nuts for donuts, go nuts for donuts. It's Big Bone Tom. Let me hear you say pot pie, pot pie, pot pie, pot pie, pot pie, pot pie. I need a pot pie, pot pie, pot pie, pot pie, pot pie.
Wipe it off your face.
All right.
He's heating up.
He's in the place.
Another fan favorite right here.
He's got that glace.
He's Big Bone Tom.
Big Bone Tom, Big
All right.
Bone Tom.
Here we go. Right now we have fan favorite season. I don't even remember. It's multiple seasons here. Pre-sex, pre-pregnancy, post-pregnancy. The Walkman, Walker Lewis.
Walker
Walker
Lewis.
Walker,
Lewis.
Texas. Walker, New York Lewis, dude.
Dude.
This is the guy
The
who
dimple
she
giver. He's
Yeah.
the dimple
Wanted, she
giver.
wanted to have sex with someone when she was
DG.
married.
DG. He's gonna drop some dimples right into this bracket right now.
Yeah.
All right. And from here, we have the top 3. Top 3 for Miranda. I'll start with 3 here. In insane that he's number 3.
Legends.
Friend of the pod. We're getting a bracket from him. We're going to get him to fill out a bracket and donate 5 to Sheldrick Trust.
His son plays basketball. He just posted on Instagram a video, like a dribbling video.
That's right. We need him to get a bracket filled out. $5 from him for Sheldrick Trust. We have the one, the only
Skipper Johnston.
Skipper Johnston, everyone. Ben Weber.
He's going to create a website that is going to
figure all this out. Algorithms.
An algorithm, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
Also, the Detective Stevens, him and Miranda hooked up, and then he left her a number for AA when he left the next day. Yeah, he left her a number for the local AA chapter. All right, let's keep moving.
Second seed for Miranda, a character we've never met before. The second highest character we've never met before, right behind Smith Jarrett.
I would say straight up beloved.
Like so many people brought him to our attention. Leeds.
Dr. Robert Leeds.
Dr. Robert Leeds.
I've
never heard anything about Dr. Robert Leeds.
Dr. Robert.
Okay, we definitely can't afford all that.
Dr. Robert.
That's his theme song when he comes
Robert. New and better man.
in. Miranda. Dr. Robert.
Dr. Robert Leeds. And then finally, the darling of the entire tournament.
The absolute number 1 seed
in our lives.
In the talent wise,
we didn't even like
this has to be an absolute front runner to win the whole championship.
For sure. Wait, is the band playing right now?
What? I don't.
Favorite time. It's a favorite guy. It's Steve Top Miranda.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest on the pod today. I want to introduce to you somebody who is here to break down this entire thing for us. We brought him in because he's a basketball fan. We saw him down at the courts. He didn't want to be quarantined because he wanted to work on his free throw. Please welcome Steve Brady.
Yeah, it's great to be here, guys. Thanks for having me. I gotta say, listen. If you're gonna talk about basketball with any of these guys, the only other guys that I know who've been throwing a basketball around, Big and Aiden had that mud wrestling game, and that's gonna work in their favor for traction.
Steve, I'm really glad you're here, and
it's
I agree.
great to be here, Jon Sieber.
Do you realize this has nothing to do with basketball?
I've been down at the West 4th courts. I've been down trying to. Work on my jumper, and I've been trying to work on my free throws. I'm ready for this tournament, John.
Unfortunately, this has to do with being the best boyfriend or significant or inanimate device. It's just structured around the NCAA tournament.
Well, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. That sort of makes sense because you guys didn't put Rich Stein in here. Rich is Rich, you get him on the post, and that guy, you're not...
Rich Stein was he was one of the big 5 down at the West 4th courts in the first episode of Sex and the City, correct?
Yeah, he's a fantastic player. We would have Skipper down there too, and Skipper, he's kind of a nerd, but he's scrappy. Well,
Skipper, I don't know if you know this, but Skipper broke up with his girlfriend while he was inside of her to get back together with Miranda, who you have a child with.
Yeah,
wow.
You and Skipper are tunnel buddies.
That's going to call for an intentional foul on my part. I'll say that much when I found that out.
So I just want to know, everyone, you're an absolute beloved character.
Thank you, Kevin.
A lot of people have you as your 1 seed, so you have a huge chance to make it to the entire championship. Do you think you have what it takes to beat all of these 64 other guys?
I think that I'm a contender on the court. I'm the only one that's ever shot a shot inside of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, and he drained it, right?
No, I totally biffed it.
Okay.
It was a huge, it wasn't even a brick. It was an air ball.
Yeah,
It was really tragic.
But I got, you know what? I've I've been in the big dance more than any of these guys have.
That's
been.
true.
Right. It's called the Big Dance. I don't know
It's
if
called
y'all
the-
knew that,
oh,
but that's
it's not
the
called
nickname
the
for March
Steve Dance.
Madness.
Skipper, I have one last question for you
Okay.
before you have to go.
Yeah, I gotta go do some suicides.
Looking at this board, who do you think is your toughest competition?
Well, let's see. I mean, if I'm looking at my own bracket, it's I would say God, a lot of people in there. Dr. Robert, he's it's a tough one. Walker Lewis, Ray King he looks good.
Yeah.
I'd say Trey. I'd say
Trey's
Trey.
really
If,
tough.
if Trey and I end up, the only way Trey and I are going to meet is in the final game.
That's right.
And if Trey and I go to the final game, that's going to be a tough one.
That's
I gotta
right.
say, yeah.
Well,
All right,
Steve,
well,
thanks
I
so
gotta
much
go out of here and shoot the hoops. All right, I'll see you guys later.
All
Wow.
right. Thank you for.
Wow, thanks a lot for coming,
Thanks
Steve.
for coming, Steve. That was really great.
That was cool. He
I
just
know-
ran
I know
out of
Cory
here.
had to duck out for a second.
Yeah, I had to go mess with the Instagram Live for something.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's our March Bradness bracket. We're gonna.
Thank
get
you
this
so much
up.
for listening.
We'll get this up online. Where can they find? We'll get it up on.
We'll get it up on the Instagram, and we'll get it out there to everybody. It's going to be 5. All of the instructions will be on the Instagram, and we'll put them in the notes for the
Yeah,
podcast.
we're gonna put it up,
And it'll be $5 to enter, and then all the money will go to the Shelter Trust. That is one of
Kristen Davis's charity.
and we're
The
working
charity
on
she
a
works with.
very, very special surprise for the winner.
Yes,
That's right.
If you haven't, please, we just got 14 new ratings and reviews on iTunes. Ratings, but not reviews. If you go and review us and rate us, we would love for more people to listen. We also have a Patreon that has bonus episodes, and you can go subscribe to our Patreon. And everyone, keep safe out there.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there, everyone. Check in with us. We're going to try to do some watches online of watching the show.
Yeah.
Check out the
Bradshaw
Patreon.
binges, yeah.
Follow us on Spotify, and you'll get all the updates of episodes there. And we got a lot of fun stuff coming out.
We'll see you at the next bracket episode. Bye.
Bye.
The Bradshaw Boys stars Cory Cavin, Jon Sieber, and Kevin James Doyle. The show is produced by Jeremy L. Balon. For more information on the guys, check out their website at bradshawboys.com, on social media at The Bradshaw Boys. And if you see them in the street, tip your glass. Thanks for listening.